I want to go to Georgia right now because, we're getting to, the summer. We're going to have primaries throughout the month of July and August. And then before you know it, the midterms are going to be here. Herschel Walker won his primary without any problems. He's got the Trump endorsement. He's running against Raphael Warnock in the Senate race there. The latest poll, according to Quinnipiac's, got Warnock up by 10 points there, holding on to what many considered a red seat. Now both Senate seats in Georgia after 2020 are in Democratic hands. And then if you go to the governor's race, a dead heat right now. Brian Kemp, Stacey Abrams knotted at 48% apiece, again, according to Quinnipiac. Mark, your thoughts on this and what this means moving forward. Interesting to note, when they were in the same race back 4 years ago in 2018, at one point just prior to that race, they were also knotted at 48%. Brian Kemp, of course, winning. Stacey Abrams has yet to concede that race.
It's only one poll, and even Democrats will tell you that Warnock's not up by 10 and at 54%. But I will tell you that those results are mirrored by results in some other battleground Senate and governor races, where Joe Biden's numbers in the exact same poll are horrible. His approval rating is horrible, and yet Democratic candidates are doing well. And I'm telling you, it may not apply to the House. I've said this before, but in Senate races and governor's races, there are a lot of Republican candidates like Herschel Walker who are not super strong, some endorsed by Donald Trump, some not, who may lose their races even in a red year because they're just not that great.
Hogan, why do you think? Do you think, because a lot of people are concerned that because of what happened last week with the Supreme Court, this could affect some Republicans getting elected?
Well, first of all, I would argue Republicans and Democrats don't want Herschel Walker to win so he can go back and play for Georgia for another year or two. The guy's still just a brick house, for heaven's sakes. But look, I think Mark's right. The races are really close in these states. Herschel Walker has some hills to climb, but so does Warnock. Warnock obviously doesn't like this country. Stacey Abrams doesn't like the country and doesn't like her own state, as she said many times. So I think as these two folks kind of get out there, put their messages in front of the people of Georgia, we're going to see those polls tighten. And I would argue in some of these cases, we're going to see the Republican advance.
But Hogan, why aren't the Republicans in those two races ahead by 5 points or more?
Well, Mark,
again, I haven't seen the methodology of the poll. It could, right. You made the point yourself. You answered your own question. First of all, it's one poll. Second of all, Quinnipiac typically oversamples Democrats, as you know. Right. So we'll have to wait and see what happens when it gets closer to time. But these people just got the nomination. Go ahead. Yeah, and they got a lot of attention. And one of them's the incumbent governor. I mean, look, it's just a reality. That poll may be off, but ask Republicans for their private polling. Well, they are not 5 points ahead in these races. And given Joe Biden's popularity. I was just in Georgia. I'm going to go to Georgia today. By the way, a lot of those Republicans are concerned that Kemp isn't going after Purdue's voters, which he's not. There's still some bad blood, I think, there. He needs to embrace them to win. Both Herschel Walker and Warnock have a little baggage. They're going to have to address that. But when they go head-to-head, we're going to see what the voters decide to do.
We'll see. 130 days until the midterms. And don't forget, Stacey Abrams, a lot of people say she's going to be a VP candidate in 2024 with whoever decides to run after Joe Biden says he's not running anymore. She better win in Georgia and be governor. No, Mark, you're shaking your head. I see a no there. A lot of interesting reporting indicating that much. Midnight Cowboy, John Voight, famous actor, 83 years old. He had some interesting sound that he put out on his Twitter account this morning. Take a listen.
We must protect this nation and bring back safety. We're all feeling very unsafe. It starts with the seat of the President of the United States. He has wronged this nation's glory. He has taken down our morals, our true gift of the land of the free. He must be impeached. We cannot wait another second having him dictate our path.
Hogan, your thoughts on that? If the Republicans do take the House and Senate in the fall, is something like that on the table, or are Republicans not going to do that?
Look, I've met John Voight many times. I know he's an opinionated person. I think Joe Biden should be impeached, but not because of what he's done to this country from a moral standpoint, although I think it's pretty egregious. It's because he doesn't follow the laws on the books. Look at the southern border, for example, just deciding out of whole cloth to allow people to flood across to the tune of several million at this point. I think Republicans, as a litmus test, are asking a lot of these folks running for Congress, are you going to try to impeach Joe Biden? What I don't want to get into is a cycle of every time the House shifts party control that they just decide to impeach the sitting president because they don't like his politics.
I agree.
If the president does something wrong and doesn't follow the law, that is an impeachable offense, and I think Joe Biden's done that.
We shall see. Panel, great holiday weekend. Mark, I brought this up last hour, so I just want to get quick take. Yes or no? Do you think Glenn Youngkin 2024, is that serious?
Serious as a heart attack. Don't be surprised if he runs.
Yeah, the Washington Post says that it could happen, which I think is add another name to that deep Republican bench. Panel, have a great holiday weekend. Happy 4th of July to you both. Look forward to doing it again real soon. Hogan Gidley, Mark Halperin, thank you. Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.